Hello and welcome everyone to episode 201 of One Piece at a Time, the One Piece read-through podcast where we read and discuss 5 chapters of the One Piece manga each and every week. I'm your host, Derrick Bittner, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host and freelance letterer, Brandon Bovia. How you doing, Brandon?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm, of course, Brandon Bovia, freelance letterer extraordinaire, and at the time of recording, this is actually, I finished all of my work for the year. I counted it up. I've lettered 41 volumes of manga this year, which is actually
oh my God.
on the lower end. There are some that are close to in the 50s and 60s. So I'm working less this year, which is great.
I guess, I mean, it still sounds like a ton because like a volume is like 6 to 7 to 8 chapters, right?
Yeah. The thing is, because not to get too into the weeds on my my personal work systems or anything like that, but despite lettering manga, for almost 9 years at this point, I have only been tracking my work hours like very closely for the past like year and a half. So 2025 was the first like full year where I like everything I worked on, I know exactly how long it takes to do. And so now that I have those numbers, I am like, okay, I know how far kind of the range goes. And so there are some that are very, very fast and some that are, multiple. I need multiple months.
Yeah, understandably so.
It really, really depends. And I even had one. I don't know if I should say what it is. I think I can, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
That was only 120 pages long because it was sort of like an anthology. Mm-hmm. But it took me as long as like kind of the upper end of like what that style of book would normally take at like full length.
God.
So, yeah, sometimes it really is just like
intense.
you never know. I took it on because I was like, only 120 pages. I'll have time for this. And I'm like, oh God.
What did I do? What have I done?
Yeah. Wasn't that bad by the end of things, but definitely the final hour count, I was like, oh.
Oh no. I guess before we get into the just our reactions to the chapters in general, one of the things we asked about last time was how we should handle One Piece Stampede, specifically how there's kind of a spoiler in there that
yep.
I asked everybody whether we should wait until the spoiler has been revealed in the manga or just go ahead and do it when we normally would. And most people responded, pretty much everybody responded that answered that question. Yeah, just wait. And you mentioned that you found out immediately that it happens at chapter 967, which means we'll record it after we record the chapters that cover up to 970. But also looking at that, because it typically happened between 951 and 952, which means people who read the manga didn't get that revealed in the chapters in the actual series for another 15 weeks after the movie, which is insane.
Yeah. When I watched it, I thought it was a translation thing. I was like, that's not what that is, right? And then reading the manga, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Like, that's a full on, like, bro, that is a full on spoiler, basically. So it is a weird thing. I can't wait to talk about it in the nitty gritty. When we get there, and we're pretty close to it, but yeah, for now, it is a weird thing, and I can at least say that like Red doesn't have anything like that. There's stuff in it that is mentioned before the manga does, but it is not like so in your face that it is like kind of crucial,
mm-hmm. And that Jump Fest that just happened, and apparently we have another movie on the way. We finally have the idea that they are working on something for After Red, which makes sense. It was bound to happen, so be curious what form that takes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
I'll be really curious.
Man, depending on when it comes out and how the timing works out, we might be able to like go to the theater and actually see it.
Yeah, I think that is highly likely, actually. Although, you know what? We'll see.
I don't know.
It depends. I could see. By 22, if it comes out this year or next year rather in 2026, I was like, would we be ahead of the anime? No. But we would be kind of in
it would have to come out at the end of the year because most of 2026 is going to be Wano, I believe.
Yeah, Yeah. So it depends, which is all the best answer for everything.
Very much so.
I would love to watch it and then be like, all right, Derrick, you're good to see it. Just go see it in theaters.
Oh, goodness. But we should actually start talking about the chapters for this set. And it's a fun set.
This is a great set.
It's just fun.
This is awesome.
Just a fun set.
Just pure fun.
Really interesting how things are unfolding, how things are still moving, and definitely building up a lot of intrigue where it's a very, how do I put it, easygoing pace. Things are happening, but it's not insane right now.
It's weird that like the cadence feels so different compared to last week, which was just so like dense, and then now it is like, okay, we're kind of taking our we're gonna take our time a little bit more. Like it is, a little bit more easygoing. But I think the reveals and kind of the pieces being put into place here are definitely very, very fun.
And just getting a little bit more information each time. It's really cool. And just enjoying it. There's not a whole lot to say until we get to that nitty gritty. So let's just do it with chapter 931, Soba Mask, and just a cute title page. Getting tap dancing frogs in the rain with Nami, and I love how it's it's always going to be. Why am I blanking on the poor guy's name?
Zeus.
I had Prometheus, not Zeus. But yeah, I love how Zeus is just this permanent thing with Nami now. It's so perfect.
Yeah, exactly. I like once I saw him there, I was like, yeah, all right. He's with Nami, right? Like that's just he's technically part of the crew.
I wonder. I guess if Big Mom ever dies, Zeus goes away. So
yeah,
I don't know how that works.
Would be a problem.
I don't.
Yeah.
Man, that would be something. But into the chapter itself, we have a showdown between Sanji and I forget this guy's name.
Page one.
That's it.
Just a very
it's like, why? I know it was weird. I just couldn't pin it down to why it was weird.
Yeah.
And again, last time I was like, I can't believe he's bringing out the that canister already. I thought that would be like end of Wano type thing,
like a late game
thing. Like
because you knew he had it, and it's just like just a matter of when, and it's like it's a little early, but it given the circumstances, which I feel like is so finely crafted, of like we need to put Sanji in the situation where he does need to hide his identity, and we're up against the one of the three guys here who like wouldn't know who he is, so you can just kind of transform in public. It's
kind of perfect. Get the legend going here, and I like the reactions because the villagers are just like, wait, he actually showed up to fight. I guess he's gonna get killed, but better than our town getting destroyed. And the others are like, why are you fighting? And his law's just like, just forget the town. And I like Sanji's convictions here. This is a battle against an Emperor of the Sea. There may be times when you can't save lives if you're too stubborn. And there may be times when you can save lives if you learn to just swallow your pride, especially if this thing has the power to help. So he's like, putting this stupid thing on doesn't mean that I've sunk to the level of being Germa. I'm only testing it out. So
he hasn't entirely swallowed his pride.
He's accepting what it does. And I love how we get the transformation going on. Usopp's freaking out. We get the Germa.
Oh yeah. Well, I love the confirmation that yes, you canonically have to strip in order to transform.
Yes,
which feels very kind of lampshading, like typical like anime transformation sequences.
And of course, the three shows up, and I love Frankie getting the chance to go all little kid mode, seeing a transformation. He's so excited.
Well, speaking of little kid mode, because, I love, page one is like, why is he on the roof now? And then, of all characters, it's Law, who's like, what is he doing with that suit of all things? It's number 3 of the Army of Evil Germa 66, Stealth Black. And then Sanji's like, how do you know so much about it?
Everyone in the North Blue does. I love how that's a plot point, that he is... Yep. He's from the North Blue, so you would know that. And I love how, like, he had the other guy who was a regular reader, and he's like, oh, Germa, I love Germa. I looked up to Germa. But Law, I was a regular reader. I hated Germa.
Yeah, like, so do I.
Just to kind of confirm that Law's kind of a good guy in his own way.
He's a little bit of a dork.
Yes. And he's just like, you're not just some soba cook. Name yourself. And Frankie and Usopp are all excited to see what he's going to name. And Sanji just goes, Soba Mask. That's a terrible name. Come up with another one. Just pick a better name. Let us pick.
Also, I love now, since we have the close-up, the transformation also changes his hairstyle. He looks more like Niji with his hair kind of flipped up.
He kind of does. It's just it's funny how it just takes it and just sort of does an extra swoosh. Otherwise, he stays the same.
Yeah. And weirdly, the sunglasses go kind of hard. It might be my favorite aspect.
Yeah, the sunglasses are pretty good. Oh, goodness. But he takes off as page 1 tries to take a bite, and he just vanished. Doesn't know where he's at. And all of a sudden, just this invisible force just strikes him straight in the chest. And it's like, wow, it's so fast he couldn't see it. And it's like, yeah, man, Sanji must have really picked up a speed. And no, that's not how it works, as Law points out. The newspaper ran a comic strip called Sora, Warrior of the Sea. The enemy in the story was an evil army called German 66. The German member, named Stealth Black, was particularly tough to fight because he could vanish. So Sanji
you might be thinking where this is going.
He's like, wait, I can turn invisible? And Usopp's just like, you know way too much about this. And that's the
which again, I love.
Okay.
That's the great part about it, is that Law is taking this chance to let his inner comic book nerd come out.
And then Sanji has to come to grips with the fact that he read about the clear fruit, that he's like, that's the one time I would take a devil fruit, is become an invisible man, and you ruined my dream of eating the clear fruit. And he's like, wait, so the dream I had that I thought was dead has come true with the power of hated German science? God, what irony. And then we just have this whole thing is like, but this power will indeed be useful for the whims helping my friends. What a dilemma.
It's just the right amount. It's the right amount of Sanji. That is just a little bit of a yes, of course. But I love that it's just Oda loves bullying Sanji with just dramatic irony, right?
He really does.
Giving him the thing he wants in the worst way possible.
Oh gosh.
And on top of that, I feel like the extra irony for the reader is, of course, the Absalom's dead. I'm sorry, it'll never not be funny.
Although this does make whenever they're fighting Blackbeard, Sanji now has to fight Shiryu. I think.
Yeah. That tracks.
An invisible man fight. I think that could be a lot of fun.
Yes.
We do get to look at page 1's crossbreed design, though, where he's like half man, rather than full Allosaurus, or Spinosaurus, he's half in, and honestly, it's pretty sick design.
Very, very good. And now you see he's got page 1 just tattooed right over his arm and his chest, which just, again, just like, why?
He's very proud of that name, I guess.
Yeah.
But
he loves starting books, not necessarily finishing them.
But he goes in for the attack, and Sanji blocks it with his foot and gets sent straight through a bunch of houses. And it's like, geez, he really is strong. And Sanji's just like, wow, it hurts a bit, but this stuff is durable. The city's going to fall apart before I do. So Sanji can take a better punch now, thanks to that.
Yeah, which is, man, this is such a great upgrade for Sanji, but again, and also in the most just like bullying him kind of way.
It's like, damn it, I have to deal. It's always the stuff that he hates most. Like he gets one little bit, and it's like, no, it's because of this, and it's a perfect way to.
It's very similar to the with like the queens, over the 2-year time skip. It's just like he's trained, but in the circumstance that benefits him the least.
Yeah, he must suffer. He must suffer. But hey,
yes,
if all goes well, he'll get pudding in the end.
He'll get to be a real superhero.
Yeah, there we go. So the fight goes on, and the others.
I'm kind of surprised we cut away from it.
Yeah, we don't actually see much else. I think that's it for it. I think yeah, we do see Sanji later. So basically, it's a nice distraction and eventual escape, and that's what the others do. They just get away. So it's like, okay, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll just stay sheltered, and hey, let's go to Ibisu Town. Which, boy, does that work out for considering where Zoro is.
That's where Zoro is. Yep.
I do like how he says, "I'm gonna have to ask Frankie and Usopp to change the design."
Yeah, which is, you know what, I think fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, we can do that at least enough to just get you away from Germa.
I'm very curious how he like the final form of the Soba mask design.
Yeah, it is really cool that this is sort of how we improve Sanji, is by turning him into the Black Ranger.
It would have been really funny if instead of Eric Vale as the English voice actor for Sanji,
it was Johnny Young Bosch. Yeah, so he could be the Black Ranger again.
Alas, he is Sabo.
Yes.
But yeah, time to go back to Orochi's castle and see what's all going on. And as he's partying it up, Robin has snuck away to find an old and eerie room. And
which is this is my favorite kind of Robin, the espionage.
Yeah, she's getting back to those old days and really investigating. She's like, okay, a land closed to the outside for centuries, the country that created the poneglyphs. A stone must be here. Perhaps there's a hidden door somewhere. And all of a sudden, like, not even that long in, searching for something, and she turns around, and there are 11 ninjas waiting for her.
Yeah,
she missed the presence of 11 ninjas. Like, holy crap!
Yeah, this is Orochi's Oniwa Banshu.
And
which I don't know what that translates to.
Not a clue, but the sheer variety in design is pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, they're all wild. They're all and so surprisingly, like, a lot of these, like, they all read as ninja.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're various flavors of ninja. Even the girl with the guitar is definitely ninja.
Yeah.
So it's fun to it's fun to see how he's taking it. I like how he is taking the opportunity to Oda's taking the opportunity with the sort of geisha-like design of the taller one with the skulls in her hair to kind of look like Robin, have that same style as her and the others, but still have like a difference in lip shape and nose shape and eyes, like
unique eye style. Yeah.
So good opportunity there, but then we finally
I don't know if any of them have names.
Nope, we didn't learn a single name except for the captain.
Nope.
Fukurokuju. Oh my god.
Fukurokuju. Yeah, he's the most memorable one. He's the one you'll want to remember.
Mr. Earlobes here and big head.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty tense bit. It was like, let's hear your excuse, and you only get one, but that's all we have for that. Instead, we cut back over to the Curry Beach in Curry, and Tama's still worried about Luffy, but so nobody ever comes back from that prison, so don't know about what's going on there. But Momonosuke is of course confident in Raizo, but Raizo's tidings are late. I wish I was stronger enough to go and rescue him right now, but sadly not. And I like how
I love Chopper in the background going ning ning, just jumping off of the trees.
He's having
so
fun
cute.
playing the ninja.
Adorable. Oh, and Okiku is here too.
Yes, Okiku's there too, playing the babysitter, and
yeah, really.
As they're going along the beach, what do they find? But the body of Big Mom washed up on shore, and I'm like, oh no. That's terrible.
Well, it's great because Chopper is the only one who knows what this is. Momonosuke is like, a giant. It'd be larger, but huge for a human. Is that a woman? Tom is like, I wonder who's bigger, her or Kaido? And Chopper's like, huh?
It's Big Mom. Don't speak. She'll wake up, and then we're dead. We have to get out of here. So like this is and then as soon as Momo hears who this is, he transforms into his dragon. He's like, this is the dreaded Big Mom.
Right? Don't shout! I'll finish her off. Just think of her as Kaido. She's like Kaido. Like, you have to explain what's going on. I'll do it later. Just full freak out mode. Which of course, why wouldn't you be?
And Chopper does have his sword out. He's getting ready to he's ready to carve her up while she's asleep.
Right. We got to kill her. Well, we know.
And and instead she wakes up, Goes, where am I? Who am I? Oh, Big Mom has amnesia. Oh, this is wonderful.
Sure does. It is, isn't it? I feel like your mind should be awakening to the possibilities right now, because it's like I was thinking about this and how good it is as sort of a, like, on the one hand, if we recruit Big Mom, right, then we finally have somebody who could kind of, you know, is more or less Kaido's equal, right? Like, hey, this could be very good for the war that we're fighting. On the other hand, the second she regains her memories, it's over. It's done. It's wraps. Yep. So she's honestly, just like in Whole Cake Island as well, Big Mom is again a ticking time bomb.
Just a complete wild card, and what a wonderful integration. Like, usually the whole memory loss thing can be kind of meh, but that's with protagonists. For having a character, an already established character like this, that she is well established, oh, there's so much potential here. Yeah.
And I think it is used to great effect, I think. For those of you maybe reading this for the first time, or maybe going back to this going like, oh god, the amnesia subplot. Like, I really don't think this is that bad. I think Oda kind of much like with time travel, right, where he kind of understands what tropes are, like, kind of annoying, especially like if you get them too complicated or drag them out too much. Like, I think this amnesia thing lasts as long as it needs to.
Yeah, I
good enough.
Never had the thought that it would last the entirety of Wano. Like, there's no way that's gonna be the thing. The question is, when is the most chaotic and awful time for her to get her memory back? That's going to be when it happens.
I remember how that goes down. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. It's so great. It's the best. It's so good.
Oh boy. But let's continue on with chapter 932, Shogun and Oiron. And our next request is goats eating letters written by Caesar. And I love how it's just him like, hey, genius hiring, let's build a weapon of mass slaughter together. Here's how to apply, and all the goats are basically destroying them, which is perfect for Caesar.
I love that he's got that he's got that grin on his face. He's, yes,
it's perfect.
You know, his evil deeds. Yes.
Oh my. And then we get a bit of a revelation. With Komurasaki here, where it's revealed she's the one that's been appearing whenever there's the act structure, the beginning of the act, the closing of the act. She is the one with that fox mask, which very interesting there. And also, you know, Oda is playing. Okay, I know who this girl is. Like, I have to know who this girl is. There's no way it's not this character.
Yeah, I feel like it becomes even more obvious in the set.
Yeah. But apparently it's a really, really good song that she does. And it just gets everybody so excited.
If it is what I think it is from the anime, it's kind of a banger.
Fair enough, but
she's kind of shredding on it. It's good.
Interesting enough, whenever she plays this song, she puts on the fox mask. So I wonder if it's something that her mother played. Since we think it's, you know, she's Momonosuke's sister.
I could believe that.
Yeah, I don't know, but it makes her that much more intriguing, that's for sure.
Definitely it adds to the... I feel like despite Oda kind of playing his hand a little bit too soon, I think there are levels of, like, you know, what is this aspect, what is that aspect about, like, this character that does get you sort of thinking.
And there's also the fact that she definitely gets a lot of development beyond what we've learned of her scamming nasty old men.
Yeah.
Which, hard to feel bad about that, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh God. But we quickly move over to Robin and how she's going to answer this question. It's like, okay, you speak honestly, and we're going to give you the gift of an instant painless death. Otherwise, we're going to torture you. So who are you? What are you doing? And just surrounded by ninjas. And as they're all preparing to attack, she just goes, Ushimitsu Kozo. I was looking into the flows of money through the flower capital. Who's Ushimitsu Kozo? I'm blanking on that, or do I?
The Robin Hood. The Robin Hood.
Oh, she's saying that she's that person. That or working for
I'm
her.
Actually not sure.
They ask, who are you? So I'm guessing that's her saying that I am that person.
Oh, okay. That's not how I read that initially, but that makes sense. That she is sort of saying, I'm Ushimitsu Kozo. Well, it's a good disguise, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly. The clever answer, Caesar, and gets roped around the neck, shurikens tossed into her knees, and that's why, like, yeah, we know it's not you. Kozo already appeared in the capital a short while ago, so good.
Yeah, there you go. That's bad reading comprehension on my
Ah,
part.
it's all right. But fortunately for Robin, God, she got her training down because that's not actually her. It's one of her clones.
That's a clone, baby.
And she's running off. It's like, wait, was she another shinobi or a spirit? And it's like, no, her body must be nearby. Find her. And she gets on the snail and goes, Nami, Shinobu, Bonkichi. That's always good.
Bonkichi,
Brooke. My cover's blown, spotted with at least 11 ninja within the palace. We got to go. And of course, Nami and Shinobu are in the ceiling, figuring out what's going on. It's like, Shinobu's like, okay, where is she? The Oniwa Bonshu are the best of the best, so we got to get her out of there now. And Usopp's just excited to be useful.
Yeah, that even Brooke is just like, how could Robin of all people get busted? So it really does show just like how good these ninjas are, where it was just kind of like right in the stab. But again, I love how Robin handles this whole situation, because she goes back to the party and they're all Orochi's like, where you been, come closer. And of course Robin's like, the best place for Leaf to hide is in the forest. So it's like, I still got work to do. So she's thinking multiple steps ahead,
especially because
I love that about this.
Be smart, Shogun Orochi is enjoying his feast, they won't interrupt the feast, so she's safe for now. So they're just gonna wait. Yes. If they find her there. I don't even remember if they do find her, but he's Orochi's laying attention on to Robin. It's just like, oh, aren't you sweet? I like this very much. Are you after the lofty seat of being my official wife? And that's where he gets poked, and you get a pouting Komurasaki being like, wait, I thought you were, you're being too cruel, my lord. And of course the other girls is like, I wonder if Orochi has any idea of what Komurasaki's really like. He'll look over anything for
her. which I feel like, on the one hand, you have to wonder, like, not knowing how Komurasaki treats creepy old men. Is Orochi just another one of those to her?
Probably. And I love the subtle movements of Robin, of like moving the mask to the side of her face so they can't see her as the ninjas are checking things out in the roof.
This whole sequence is again, I feel like just like Oda's love of like Japanese movies and ninja movies. Like this all feels so well thought out and so structured, even though we kind of started like right in the middle of things in media res, but I don't know, it's so compelling. He's able to just kind of get into the swing of things really quickly.
Yeah, and it's a good use of Robin. Like, it's different for Robin to have that sort of espionage stuff. It's good to see her do things. Again, she doesn't get a lot of fights too often, but when she's put to use, she is put to use. And this is a great example of that.
Best in class. And even then, we're just kind of cut off. He's like, they're like, is something the matter, Orobi? He's like, oh no, my lord, but I will admit I was curious about Onigashima. It's like, oh, why that island? And it's like, she's right back to work.
Yeah, she's getting as much as she can.
Does not miss a step.
Oh gosh, but Kyoshiro lays it out there as like, it's like, What a beauty that Komurasaki is. I will not hide my jealousy, but I also admit that her secret nature has me terrified. And she's not interested in you. And, she came from your pleasure hall, Kyoshiro. You must keep a very firm handle on her, I imagine. It's like, you seem to have me have confused a geisha for a pet dog, my friend. A person is a flower. If you are not the clear, pristine water at her roots, how is a woman to bloom into her true beauty? And it's like, it's an interesting peek at what Kyoshiro is all about. I still don't fully have him nailed down.
Yeah, there's definitely like I feel like kind of sewing a connection here of like where did all that come from? And he's being very kind of coy about it.
I have a theory about him, but I'll wait till a certain moment to go into that. And they're even talking about, it's like, I heard about you, how you summoned Kaido's Toby Rapo to do your bidding. Why your retribution is fierce. It's like, the thing about us, the Yakuza, is once you've shared ritual cups, even the lowest flunky is family. And if your own child came home beaten to a pulp, what would you do? And it's, again, you're getting that Yakuza method in there because, yep, that's the Yakuza method, all right.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting. I feel like this is all building up to kind of diving deeper into Orochi's paranoia, where he's like, you're absolutely right, like, one's enemies must always be crushed with nothing less than overwhelming force to ensure that they never strike back again, even if they might be ghosts. And it's just like, here we go.
Yeah. It's like he's and this is the reason that he called them all together. It's like, since you're all here, you listen up and listen good. I'll only say this once. It's the 20th year since the death of Kozuki Odin, the year of vengeance, according to what his wife Toki said. Odin's will yet lives. And they're just like, oh, God, here we go again. And I love how we get a bit more information about how good Kinemon is. I really...
Oh, yes.
I'm excited for this, because we've seen a little bit of Kinemon, but we haven't got to see him full on. I want to see this man fight. Because he goes, do you remember how Odin's Akazaya 9, those men with the red scabbards, were so unfathomably strong? Yeah, they're all dead now. And their leader, Kinemon, is the most brilliant man. And they returned to Wano 20 years later and secretly made their preparations. They are readying themselves to come and remove my head. And they're just like, wait, you buried so many of them in the connections to Odin, and you're still afraid of... Like, nobody's taking him seriously. What the funny thing is that he's 100% right.
He's right. Yeah, but like, you understand why, like, to somebody who doesn't understand that the concept of time travel exists in One Piece, that, you listen to these tirades, you're like, this is a conspiracy theorist, right? Like, this is like, I don't know, like some QAnon stuff right now.
The Illuminati is coming to get me.
Exactly, right. This is like, the president is a conspiracy theorist. Not that we would know anything about that.
No.
The paranoia, and we see just like how deep the paranoia cuts.
The only difference is that, again, he's right.
Yes.
But he has been taking note of what's going on. Kaido taking over care of it over in Kuri. The Yokozuna and Jack's followers were recently attacked, and there's the Soba cook in the capital. The Ronin at the inn attacked some Yakuza. These acts might have all been under Kinemon's orders. That he's wrong about. That's the uncontrollable.
Which I feel like is also the interesting aspect of, and I feel like we saw this a bit too, where like seeing kind of how Kinemon is kind of ordering the Straw Hats to kind of like play your roles and put like he is kind of acting as the ringleader, right? Mm-hmm. So like in a way, it is sort of cool that we see Kinemon in this role, and then to see that Orochi is so deathly afraid of him.
Yeah,
but then it's also like we've known Kinemon for like 200 chapters at this point, and it's like the man's just like a pervert goofball,
but apparently also a really good tactician, which we kind of seen the ideas of and how he kind of works. And it's not a bad idea because, again, nobody believes them. So if they're able to maintain if they were able to maintain their covers, they really would be able to strike without being noticed whatsoever. But there's always chaos with the Straw Hats.
Yeah, of course. And interesting enough, this bit from Kyoshiro is like, if Kinemon and the Yakuza 9 should appear, like, I would welcome it. I would enjoy the chance to show you the skill with my blade. So he's also kind of ready for blood, which I guess makes sense, being a Yakuza boss and all that.
True, but there's some, again, tying into my theory, which I'm not even sure comes up in this chapter. That's some interesting turn of phrase. It's like, Show you the skill with my blade, my skill with the blade, huh? In what way, Kiyoshiro? On whose side?
Right, like in which direction?
Yeah, because again, I have my suspicions about what Kiyoshiro is really all about.
Okay, I see.
Yeah,
and
but I guess to just make it bleedingly obvious, as if it isn't already, is like, I wonder if Kiyoshiro is actually on Kinemon's side, not to anyone's knowledge, but kind of working that way. So we'll see what happens there.
I think, well, the biggest thing that I want to put out there right now is like whether or not is Komurasaki actually, Momonosuke's sister, and two, does he know that?
Exactly, and that's the other thing that I was sort of building off the reason I was initially waiting, but then I saw this dialogue. I was like, well, hell, I kind of want to talk about
right. Because it does kind of change how you read things.
Of events, I think in the next chapter, but still, it's like, there's.
Yeah, man, that's sort of the fun part, right? Like with Wano, you have characters like Kyoshiro and oh my god, the other supernova. You're also kind of like Hawkins. Which I actually
nobody mentioned this, but I did notice as I was trying to get lines for the end of these episodes that they do show in the anime Law escaping from Hawkins. It's not just a cut to Law being away. So that does throw a wrench in that theory, but because I assume Oda would communicate that sort of thing, but we'll see.
Yeah, you would think, but also there are just that kind of thing could happen.
Yeah,
absolutely. But I do think that is sort of one of the most like interesting parts about this section of Wano, where there is kind of this level of like who's working for who.
It's fun.
Yeah, there's so many. It's the kind of thing you can only get away with when there's so many gosh darn characters. And
we are slowly building up. Like we're definitely getting the players out there, getting like, okay, here are the characters. Whose side are they on? Which way is it going to go? Is very much the idea around here. But yeah, basically Orochi just keeps going. He's like, Momonosuke still lives. The boy's body was never found. The Kozuki clan has not died out. And they no doubt they plan to take down Kaido as well. And everybody's just like struggling to hold back laughter because it's just like, God,
right.
How much of a coward can he be? It's like, I don't want to laugh. I don't want to die.
Yeah, and of course Robin is just kind of like, okay, he takes the legend at face value. He believes it, but his followers, they don't take it seriously. Of course they don't. And then, because all of these other people are like, oh, don't. It's like that one meme where it's like, if you laugh, you go to hell.
And poor Otoko, because of her always smiling nature, can't help herself. It's she's just immediately starts laughing. It's like, oh, everybody's making fun of the Shogun, and just like, did you just laugh at me? It's like, oh God, get him out of here. It's like, I'm sorry, I can't stop. I know I shouldn't laugh. It's like, wait, why is the Oran's Kamuro laughing like this? And Komurasaki's all Robin's all worried, and Komurasaki's just like, and yeah. Orochi's done. It's like, no, I'm the Shogun. Do you think I'm afraid of this unfinished business from 20 years ago? And, I'm the victor. I beat Odin. And he's going to, like, cut her down. And that's when Komurasaki is the one to step up. It's like, no, stop it. She's a child. It's like, wait, she's actually standing up to him? It's like, and it's like, and he's telling her to be silent, and you dare laugh at me. And fortunately,
but he actually takes a swipe,
misses. Thankfully,
he's out for blood.
And there's others are like, the other women. It's like, someone help her. She's got a laughing tick. She does not mean it. And it's like, nah, you can't help her. It's too late. And they're trying to talk him down. Not working until Komurasaki steps in front of Orochi and just slaps him.
Yeah, which also I feel like you never quite understood like the size difference here.
He is one of those big-headed men.
Big boy. Yeah, he's literally big-headed. That his head is like 75% of his body, and yet he is, probably like a good like head and a half taller than Komurasaki.
He's very much built like Raizo.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. And of course, everybody's freaking out. They're like, Oiron, what have you done? Apologize, get on your knees, and grind your forehead into the floor. And then this moment from Komurasaki is awesome.
Yeah.
Immediately sells you on her character. She's like, I refuse. I do not grovel before anyone. And you even see, like, Robin's got her hands up like she's ready to step in. And then the speech, she goes on, like, when I know I'm in the right, I do not need to give an inch. And reeling from all of this, Orochi's like, I was actually considering you making the wife of the shogun. And then she just says, if you would prefer a weak woman, strike me down now. I am the daughter of a samurai. I will not disgrace myself.
Gee, I wonder which samurai that is.
Yeah, the daughter of what samurai?
And then we get this.
I mean, it's a great speech.
It's a very good speech.
It's genuinely cool.
And we get to see Orochi's devil fruit, which is definitely a bit on the nose as far as his name. Yeah. But it's... Yeah. Mm-hmm. Any other character in this thing would... Well, not any other character. Most other characters in this would be terrifying. But with his buck teeth,
yes.
It's like...
It is still a little bit
It's intimidating, but it's also silly.
Yeah. I feel like you kind of know what Orochi's all about at this point, and so I feel like it has lost a little bit of the intimidation factor.
Yeah. And Robin grabs a hold way of Toko, and of course, as she's running away with her, that's when the ninja find her and coming after her, and things are going down. Kyoshiro just has this, well, Bedlam has arrived, and he's drawing his sword. So
yeah, man, good chapter. Okay. The way things escalated so quickly.
Just established character ticks playing out. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, I feel like stocks for Komurasaki way up.
Yeah, very much so. Oh goodness! But we do have an SBS for this chapter. So let's take a quick look. Let's see. Oh, okay. I gotta send you a visual right off the bat because the first one is. Okay. Could you show us a face of Sanji, Nami, Chopper, and Brook?
Yes. So
let me get into our message here, and I'll send you the picture of it. And it's pretty great. It's about what you'd expect.
Yeah, I love it. It's the perfect.
I love how even Brook's
10 out of 10.
Like jaw extends because typically he doesn't really get to show emotion on his face.
Yeah.
So
that's perfect. I love that. I love somehow 900 chapters into a manga, Oda's making up new faces, like new kind of like running joke faces.
It's pretty wonderful. And the other question is, Oda and Wano, Hawkins is riding on a really cool animal. What is the name of that animal? Is it only available in Wano? And we have Komashika, Komachio, the Komainu, Komadane, and Komatori are unique to Wano. The thing they have in common is the flame-like fur. There are a lot more different types of these animals, but I'm not sure they'll get a chance to appear in the story. So basically anything there's like a dog that has a flaming fur, or there's penguins that have a flaming fur, the deer that Hawkins rides on, and of course the Komainu. So
yeah, I'm really liking how much the unique animals are kind of a cool background flavor to Wano.
Yeah, it does add a lot. So it's fun. But let's continue on to chapter 933, A Warrior's Mercy. And hey, Aneru's back. He gets a request, blowing bubbles with frogs. Lots of frogs to say this set.
Yeah. Not much to say about this one. It's fun.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea. So Orochi is still raging within the palace, and you get the breakdown that he is of the snakes, the mythical snake fruit, the Yamata no Orochi model. Yeah.
Yep.
Duh.
Makes sense. Yeah. Exactly what it says on the tin.
Yep. It's like, don't waste your beauty. I do not wish to crush your head between my jaws. So pray for your life with all your heart, and perhaps I shall lessen your sentence. She doesn't move. Just
she unfazed.
No sells it.
No,
whatever.
No soul. Yeah, exactly. Like it's so sick that she is not having it at all.
Mm-hmm. And I think she taunts him, is like, you cannot let go. Falling in love makes a man soft. So she's taunting him.
Don't provoke him. Yeah.
And she just goes, I will not beg for my life. And he rages by attacking just the random dudes around him and biting them.
Which, again, he fell for the bait.
Yep. He can't do it. He can't do it.
Yeah.
Until eventually his anger does get enough that he gets her in between his jaws and is holding her there. It's like, all right, I'll deal with you myself. And there she is. And, the guy... one of the people in there being like, hey, Daikoku, one of the other ninjas, why aren't you guys stopping the Shogun? Save the Oiran. It's like, the Shogun's a free man. Nothing can stop him from doing what he wants. Besides, we're currently dealing with an intruder, and they're, of course, chasing Robin. So...
Yeah, I love kind of the cute, the one panel reaction from some of the other geisha was like, Roby's the intruder? It's like, I'd never seen her before this. It's just kind of like, oh, yeah.
And, Toko's like begging Robin to save Komurasaki, and
yeah, which is it's interesting. I feel like whatever sort of like laughing thing that she has, it is like you can tell that she's kind of stressed out, right? But like she is having like she's doing it through laughter, and so like I feel like there is kind of a mismatch of emotions here.
It makes you curious about Ibisu Town and like what happened to them that made him like that, because she's has to be from that town. That I guess some sort of fear makes it so they can't show their emotions even though they're still feeling them, but they have to be,
which I feel like is it's an easy way to control people. True.
And Robin goes, I can't. I don't even know if I can save you after the way you angered the Shogun. She's like, I gotta do what I can.
Yeah.
But something else is going down, because it's like, help me, I don't want to be cursed to death. It's like, wait, Fujin, Raijin, what's the matter? And here comes Brook with his soul form, curses upon you. And it's like, it's a yokai. Gashi Dekoro is real.
Man, Brook is the ultimate. I feel like between this and Whole Cake, like he is just the ultimate backup.
He really is.
he is the wingman among men.
And poor Toko passes out from fear with a smile on her face.
Yeah. So, well, I guess that's one way to save her. Yeah, and I love this. It's kind of like, Bonkichi, you done wonderfully. Thank you. Keep up what you're doing. And he's just like, yo, am I killing it? Great. A+.
So time to bring out the Gigantesco Mono and slams down, I think it was, Daikoku with that, and swipes all of them away. And it's like, wait, are they an alliance of ghoulish spirits? What do we do? And Nami and Shinobu are above. It's like, okay, now Robin and Brook are in trouble. So, and Shinobu's like, well, guess there's no use in hiding anymore, so let's go. And that's when a ninja appears behind Nami. He's like, wait.
Which, well, one, I laughed at that on the previous page. Oh, that word balloon is doing a lot of work covering up, Nami.
Yeah, Nami's short skirt.
And then flipping the page, like, oh, that ninja was getting a face full this whole time.
Yeah, he is. But I love this gag. It's like, wait, did you say Shinobu? And like, whoa, there's a ninja. Wait, is that Hanzo? So you're still alive, the Bonshell Beauty Kunoichi, Shinobu the Man Killer. And we get to see Shinobu in her prime, where she's looking all
I was like, hey, definitely a bombshell.
And
then this, she's like, hey, so you recognize me? No, my mistake, wrong person.
And she's like, it is me. And my favorite Nimpo, ball crusher. She just smacks him in the balls. And it's like,
got me with the Man Killer.
It's like, wait, that's what her name means? And it just goes,
yeah, and I love
Nimpo paralysis jutsu. That's just the after effect. Oh my god.
There's been a lot of nut shots in Wano.
There has been, but my god. That is
it'll never not be funny.
That is freaking hilarious. And
Yeah, I love Shinobu. She's a great addition to the cast.
She uses her rod fruit to bring down the roof right on top of Orochi's head, freeing Komurasaki from his mouth. Thankfully, he didn't bite down on her as that was happening.
Yeah. Good lord.
And it's just like, wait, the feast hall's an absolute ruin. What is it? What is happening? And Hanzo just fell through the ceiling. And wait, are those Kunoichi? It's like,
what is happening? Just that good classic One Piece chaos.
Mm-hmm. And here's where we get my question: is Kyoshiro stands before Komurasaki. Is like, you've really made a mess of things, Komurasaki. Are you ready? And she has this sort of feeling of relief and a smile on her face. I am.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, wait, boss, Kyoshiro, what are you doing? And bam, slashes her right across the body. Takes her out.
Wow. Which everybody just flipping out, and that he's got that smirk on his face.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's just like, wait, the Oiron's been slashed. One blow straight through Lady Komurasaki. And it's like, everybody's freaking out and upset. And, Kyoshiro, why would you do this? The most beautiful woman won. What a shame. And, even Orochi's like, who told you to kill her? It's like, hey, I gave her a warrior's mercy. Any who defy the shogun are to be judged guilty. The law is ironclad. It's like, was he making a show of his loyalty? Would Kyoshiro really go that far? And, that was him saying that to Orochi to say that that's why he did it. But the thing that makes me question all this is, one, there's no way Komurasaki's dead.
After all this,
you don't introduce her as a potential sister of Momonosuke, and she's actually we just killed her. Whatever. Then there's his phrasing from before, but also his reaction to the note. Hey, the rebellion's going down at this time at this place here, and I don't know, the way he looks at it, it's like he recognizes it. So it makes me wonder.
Yeah, just the fact that he takes note of it at all, because I feel like it feels like it's the kind of thing where you either know what it is or you don't. Right?
Yeah. And he could be one of those things like, there's something going down here. I need to take care of this, rather than just being, they're back or whatever. But I'm on the side that Kyoshiro is actually a good guy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's, I like that there's enough kind of breadcrumbs that could be put in either direction at this point. But I think that you have suspicion is very interesting.
And the funny thing is I didn't have suspicion until he saw the note when I first read this. Mm-hmm. I had no suspicion on that. And it's like when I had that thought re-looking at it through this for the podcast is when I started feeling those things and started taking note to certain panels and certain phrasings and certain things. It's like, okay. Good.
Yeah. Good. Which I love that for one, that like, there are things that like don't really stand out to you the first time you read it, and then you go like, is that vague on purpose? Was that kind of like a little bit of doublespeak, or am I crazy?
Yeah,
because that One Piece turns all of us into Orochi. We're all kind of conspiracy theorists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's One Piece will cause that, but. Orochi's actually sad at Komurasaki's death. He's like tearing up. He's like, I gotta murder a child now. I gotta do this. So bring me the child. I'm gonna devour her. It's like
the castle can't handle it.
Cannibalism is the only solution to this. It's like, this never would have happened if you hadn't laughed at me. And hand her over to Robia. Who are you? And that's when Nami brings out Zeus. Is like, hey, you called? Hey, I'll give you a weather egg. Really? It's so simple to control. It's like, and the ninja eventually realizes, wait, the spirit isn't actually attacking to us. It's we shouldn't be on the run from vengeful ghosts. It's like, oh crap, they figured me out. Well, that's enough of this.
Oh, dang it! It was just a distraction. And then, of course, they're all coming up, like sally forth, an incident unfolds in the feast hall, seize the intruders, purge the yokai. But as soon as they all walk up and they see that flash of light, and this is Nami getting ready to pop off a lightning blast.
her ninpo lightning as she slams down Zeus, sending shockwaves throughout the entire palace. And that's the last we see of it, because we move instead to the next morning in Okabore town in Curry. And Lynn, that's all the food they have. It's like, well, it's not enough, but I know you can't afford more. Thanks for that, Suru. That Oshiruku stuff sure is sweet and tasty. And here's Kinemon's wife, just like, oh yeah, I'm just glad you liked it. And Chopper's like, are we really going? If her memory comes back, it's over. It's worse just waiting around. I want to go. This is our chance, because Thomas like really wants to go find Luffy. And she's like, what is it? It's in Chopper's trying to talk to her. It's like, what is a cute little Chopperamon? Shake. And she's making him shake. And it's like udon. Oh, and if I go there, I'll find a whole bunch of Oshiruko. Okay, then let's go right now. It's like she's all smiling and happy. Very much reverted to her child form.
Yes, very much so. Which it's interesting, like kind of the personality change, right? Like that she's lost her memories and that she's kind of back to her child self.
And we do get confirmation that there's only 9 days remaining until the fateful battle. So we had 14 to begin with. So only 5 days have passed. Since they got told the plan. One other interesting thing I want to note before we end this, though, is that her hat has been comatose this entire time. He's not speaking whatsoever, which made me think that both Zeus and shouldn't Zeus and Prometheus also be out of commission? Because Zeus just before with Nami was just fine. So wonder what's up with that. I wonder if it's an inconsistency or with Oda will give a reason.
I think there is a partial explanation. I do not know if it explains why Zeus is fine. Yeah. I don't know if I have an answer for that. But they do acknowledge parts of this.
Yeah. So it's just the thought I had. Is like, that's an interesting sort of dangling thread, especially in the same chapter. Well, they don't point it out this time, but it was something I was noticing. Like, it was like, oh, the I forget his name, but the hat.
Napoleon.
That's right. It was not saying anything, because you'd think he'd be the one to like tell her what's going on, but
like right, like, hey mom, this is what happened.
Yeah,
but,
this is what's actually happening.
Because it's notable, because like he has the eyes, right? Like he was kind of looking off to the side, so like he's there.
Yeah. So I don't know, but we'll just have to see what happens. In the meantime, we do have another SBS. This time saying in Volume 88, Chapter 885, on page 112, Sanji makes the ultimate cream whipped Sim Sim. But please tell us what Sim Sim means. And Oda responds, Sim Sim actually means sesame in Arabic. Long ago, in certain places, people believed sesame contained magic and it was mysterious. In Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, there's a phrase, open sesame. Did you hear it before? It's pronounced... They have it like the actual Arabic there. I can't read that. Sanji put their taste and power into the cream. Although Sanji was unaware that cream was part of Big Mom's favorite food, semla, too. I'm sure the power of Sim Sim cream awakened Big Mom's old memories and had a big impact on the battle. So essentially, Sanji, Anton egoed her. The flash to the childhood.
Yes.
Let's see. The other question for this set is, yesterday I had a dream where former Fleet Admiral Sengoku appeared before me in the same color as the Buddha. His snails illuminate one after another like a roulette. If you stop at the white, it means good luck. If it really becomes like that, can I get a marine rice cake? It's like, okay. And Oda just says, Your dream is really cute. I want to play this in a mobile game. Snail hair equals ball-like hair. White hair equals ball like a cockroach. So... okay.
All right. Sure.
I don't fully understand that, but there it is.
Me neither.
I'm not much of a Buddhist, sad to say.
Fair enough.
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to chapter 934, Hyogoro the Flower. And another pretty simple one. Just Usopp chatting with a cockatiel perched on his nose. And surrounded by cockatiels, honestly.
Really cute.
Yep. Just a nice little picnic. But time to check in on Big Mom's crew, family, whatever. Because Perospero is like, okay, so at least the ship landed fine when we fell off the cliff, fell off the waterfall. But unfortunately, she fell into the water. But we know she's okay because her Viva card is still intact. So she's alive, and we'll have to just see what happens.
They're basically on standby.
Yeah. So if a devil fruit user falls into the seams, it's unlikely that the enemy would have hauled her out of the water, right? Like, wait, but Kaido? Well, even if she washed up on shore and said it's enemy territory, she'll be caught eventually. Well, the two of them might have been comrades once. Now they are the emperors of the sea and foes and rivals. You'd assume he'd take her life. And Perospero hears that. It's like, wait, so if her life was taken, they would become the Perospero pirates, eh? It's like, no. The next captain would obviously be Katakuri. It's like, no, we operate on seniority. And they're arguing about whether power and seniority matters. And that's when what's her name?
Smoothie.
What's that? Smoothie, that's it.
Smoothie, yeah.
She didn't get a fight. It's like, yeah. She's just confident.
Hey, maybe she'll get one now.
Maybe.
She's here in Wano.
It could happen. But she's confident. It's like, no, she will come back. Only adult would measure her by average standards. So, yep, they're just very much on standby when it comes to her.
They're chilling. Which I love this. I love this bit so much. This is just, of all things to do with Big Mom coming to Wano, I think this is the funniest possible scenario.
It really is, especially because they're reporting into Amigasa Village and the Tengu guy there. It's like, wait, Big Mom? Yeah, she's a really strong person from what it seems. Like, wait, explain this to me. How does a walk to the beach turn into a trip into the deadly udon? Return at once, Tama. You can explain later. Is Lord Momonosuke there? Can him trust me with your safety, my lord? And don't you worry about Momo Master. I'm going to watch over him as a kunoichi. It's like, wait, you're not a kunoichi. It's like, oh, poor Tama. You're not even a novice yet. It's like that look on her face, like, oh, poor Tama.
This whole phone call is just like come home for dinner. He's a worried dad.
And Tetsu's like, don't worry, I'm babysitting.
Yeah,
and we're already there. So they're going through the wasteland of Curry, and they're riding on top of a shark gator. And she's like, ooh, I like this sharky gator. He's a nice good boy. Only because you socked him twice. Yikes. And Chopper's riding on top of bumps.
I also love, she's like, you called me Big Mom earlier. Have we met somewhere? Nope, forget I said it.
Oh, no, they were all poor and didn't see me off with any packed lunches. But I like the people of Okabore Town. They were nice, especially someone that nobody knows, even me. And that's when Chopper noticed, like, the talking hat of hers hasn't said a word. What if he's got memory loss too? So maybe that's the explanation. He's the only one that drowned with her.
Yeah, that could also be.
Yeah.
It. I also really started to notice how much, reverted Big Mom is so Luffy-like.
Yeah.
In the way that she carries herself, just sort of in these dialogue sequences, just the way that I hope we get to udon soon. I'm really hungry. She looks at Chopper like he's a spare food. It's like, don't drool when you look at me.
Oh, they even redid her hair to be in this more typical style of Wano. So that's it's great. It's great. Big Mom being here is just, I'm happy. You're right. There is a lot of Luffy coding to her, but it's like so much more dangerous. Like even with her as a child, she is nothing but danger. Yeah. The way I feel like it's important to sort of convey like she might have lost her memories, but like yes, she pummeled that Sharkadile and beat it into submission. So this is a girl who murdered giants at age 8 or whatever. Yeah, so that is a problem. So I feel like, and we saw the kind of tantrums that she had when she had her full consciousness. So it's just like, again, Big Mom is a ticking time bomb. Yep. Again. And when she's hungry, so but yeah. We finally get to see the entirety of Wano. Yeah, it was the first time seeing it. And Oda held back and it's not Japan shaped. Good for him.
Yeah. It's kind of just it's like an oval.
Yeah, it's like a bean with another island on off to the side. So our areas are Kuri, Kibi, Ringo, Hakume, Udon, and the flower
Hakume.
capital. And then of course Onigashima is the separate island. So turns out the trip from Bakura Town and Atayama Village going into the prison labor camp it's a southeast journey. We haven't seen much of Kibi yet. Ibisu Town is still within the range of the flower capital, and we know that Ringo is just made up of the northern graveyard, which I don't believe we've seen yet.
No, we have not.
So, but apparently Hakume has nothing
think we've seen anything
other than the port.
Yeah, we've not seen any of Hakuma yet.
Hakuma,
either.
sorry.
Also, I was gonna say something. Oh God, I forgot. Oh dang it! I had a thought and I just lost it.
I'm sure it'll come back.
Yes. With the map, we're with Chopper and Big Mom. We're headed to Luffy.
That is true. Luffy's reaction to Big Mom will be interesting if they actually meet.
Yeah. So that seems to be where things are going. So it's just like, oh, all right, oh God. And again, I love that it's Chopper of all of the Straw Hats.
It's paired up with Big Mom.
Big Mom duty.
It's such a good pair.
Yeah.
Especially because it's like, man, that sounds far. And she just looks at him with slobber in her mouth.
Yeah.
Don't look at me. And this entire time, Momo is still training. He's just like, wow, you seem so serious. And Momonosuke is just like, I'm at the center of this fight. I cannot relax now. And he goes, Sunak. And
which has a we'll come back to that. That has a little bit of meaning to
yeah.
it. Oh no, actually it's this scene.
Yeah, they do talk about it where Kiku is just like, wait, where did you learn that call? It's like, oh, that Sunak? It's a shout used by foreign swordsmen. Zoro taught me how to use it. He said it's a charm to bolster one's courage when it's in short supply. So I can't remember that scene, but Kiku's like, nah, you can't use that.
I think that was off screen.
It must have been off screen. She's like, nah, you can't use that anymore. It's like, wait, why? It might be only coincidence, but there was a similar practice among the older sayings of Kuri, and is not the sort of thing, sort of call meant for you to use, Lord Momonosuke. Why not? Well, it simply isn't. So, don't know what that's all about, but it comes across as like, it's a curse word. It's too old for you.
Yeah, it'll come up again later. I don't know enough about it, and I feel like I should have looked it up to see if there's sort of a broader context for it that I was missing. But thankfully, we'll come back to it. I think it's Sunachi. I don't know why they left off the I.
Oh.
Or if it's because I think it might be supposed to be silent, so like Sunach.
Oh, I see. That would make sense.
But yeah. But again, I don't know enough about it. That is something I'll have to research off screen.
It's fine. Oh yeah. Now we go to the northern graveyard in Ringo and Wano.
Yep.
I forgot that we went immediately there.
Yep.
But all of them successfully escaped from the flower capital thanks to Nami and Zeus. And apparently the town was in quite the uproar. And they're sort of getting back into shape because it's like, oh God, I'm so tired from this. And Nami's like, man, who goes around slashing at pretty women like that? It's scary. And
yeah, it's just exhausted.
And that's when we get some background information on Kyoshiro, at least a little bit. Maybe not so much, maybe more in the Yakuza. Oh gosh, I'm blanking on his name. I always forget
Me too.
Our white-haired samurai's name.
Yeah. Oh God.
You think it'd be a bigger deal because he was like the thing Kinemon was looking for in Dressrosa, but I think it starts with an S.
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm blanking on his name.
Nope.
It's him and Raizo and no. God, there's so many.
There's so many characters.
This will be the one that I don't remember for this episode.
Yeah, that happens. But he says that Kyoshiro is a name unfamiliar for us because 20 years ago, the greatest Yakuza boss in all of Wano, without question, was Hyogoro the Flower. And that's going to become important. It's very soon.
Yeah, just a bit.
And apparently they ended up leaving Otoko at the pleasure hall. So I don't know if that was the best idea, to be honest, but
yeah, right. Like I feel like that's kind of important.
and Brooke is like, well, do you really think he'd go running around after a mere child? Yes, honestly.
Yes, 100%.
Yep. So Nami suggests that, well, real quick before we move on from that previous panel, I love how they're cooking up the fish. And it's one of what's his name's fish that he always draws.
Oh, yes, exactly. I was wondering, I was looking at that fish. I was like, that's not right.
Yeah, no, it's not. That's
and then I forgot that, like, he draws them.
Draws it. Oh, God. But Nami suggests going to check on her and visiting the bathhouse because she's exhausted. And of course, Shinobu says, hey, the baths and the drinking water are all under Orochi's control, so we'll have to go in disguise. Every aspect of life from the bottom up is under his rule in the Flower Capital. But Robin's like, yeah, we do need a break. And she's like, oh, I feel so miserable. The only information I could glean was Orochi's waking time on the day of the big battle. The contents of the offerings of the Shogun's processions will take the Onigashima, the feast time, Kato's favorite food, his crew's hierarchy, the number of their men and weapons. And he's going on even more. He's like, that sounds like plenty. It's not.
And also, she found a poneglyph.
Yeah, exactly. Well, somebody else found a poneglyph. Brooke found a poneglyph.
Oh, yeah.
It was not the red one, but he did find one. But he was also unable to bring it back a copy of the text because he found it while he was in soul form behind a very firm door in an underground chamber. It was an odd room full of carved wooden dolls. And Shinobu was like, wait, Kokishi dolls? Then I suppose the road poneglyph must be an Onigashima. And, anyway, off to see about that bath. And like, no, you can't come, Brooke. You stand out.
Oh, okay, of course. You stay out, yeah.
Like, damn it. Dang it.
Yeah. The line about the poneglyph is very... We'll come back to that.
That seems important because I don't know what Kokeshi dolls are, but it's like, nah, this is...
Yeah. Not the first time they've been brought up.
Oh, interesting.
That's all I'll say on that matter.
Interesting.
If you don't remember, I won't say it.
Yeah, I don't remember offhand. But I do like how Brooke has been really good at finding these poneglyphs and dealing with
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's all right.
God, the way he's just worked into it, like...
That's what I think I really like about the set is, one, because there's so little focus on, like, sort of the physically strongest aspects of the Straw Hats. Like, we got, that fight with Sanji, but otherwise it's just been kind of everybody else just, like, trying to gather whatever information they can, trying to just, everybody is kind of using their best strengths to kind of help the cause. And then, of course, Chopper is,
wrangling Big Mom.
Saddled on Big Mom duty. Yes.
It's a great setup because you don't want to have fights in the lead up. You want to be as stealthy as possible up to that point. But there's that chaos element that is always around that just...
things will always end up happening.
Threatening to happen, yeah.
Yeah.
But...
and also... Not a confirmation, just Robin's theory that the road poneglyph that we know that Kaido has one.
It's probably
it might be on Onigashima.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It would make the most sense, if that's kind of his turf.
Yeah.
So once we get there, that's also going to be kind of a we'll have to worry about that too.
Mm-hmm. But over in the Flower Capital, the people are bemoaning the death of the top idol of Wano. The fact that Kumurasaki's dead and they'll never forgive Kyoshiro for cutting her down. And even Sanji is crying because he only got a glimpse. It's like the death of a beautiful woman is a loss for the entire world, idiot. It's like, funeral's tomorrow. And where's your tact? Where's your delicacy? Robin's group should have been there when it happened. Are they okay?
I love Law is it's like the funeral's tomorrow.
It was like, whatever.
Doesn't care.
And they try to get in touch thanks to the Smail that they have. The smart snails are Wano's version of transponders. So they have
oh, God, we got smartphones.
The Smail. And then we have Sanji's whole thing. Is like he's holding up his Germa transformation. It's like, women's bath, Traffy. Are there any articles about udon? He just trails women's bath. Traffy, are there any articles about where udon, where Luffy is? Yeah, he's probably shaking off now. He'll be ready to rage. I can't wait to see him again. Nothing about Straw Hat, but Eustace Kid? Women's bath? Oh, wait, he's in Wano's too? Like, he's...
Yeah, he's just... And this whole time, because he's just, like, inspecting it. He's, like, looking at his, like, transformation device. And they're all having a, you know, a side conversation. Like, Hawkins is here. They're in the same alliance. So it makes sense that he'd be here, too. But they're clearly not in the same position. According to this, he broke out of jail. Which, interesting, because we're
seeing him in the last
He was in jail
set.
last time we saw him. Yeah.
And then Sanji just
and
goes...
then Sanji...
By the way, do you know where I can find a bathhouse? Which is pretty great.
He's all about that life.
Yep.
He's now that he can. It feels like that shame he had about like, oh, Germa, it's just gone out the window.
That childhood dream can now come true.
Yep.
Thank God we had the whole cake arc to balance him out.
I think those gags, because I think the important thing is that it is Sanji in this arc is not that bad.
No, he's not.
But I think I am glad that we had a whole arc to kind of flesh out all of it, because I think if we went from like Dressrosa after like going from the time skip all the way to Dressrosa, say that Whole Cake didn't happen and we went straight to this, I'd just be kind of like, oh god.
Yeah.
So I'm still kind of riding that high of like you have good characterization.
There's also
so
a really good punchline to the bathhouse, as we'll get to later.
Yes. So I think Oda is writing a fine line, but I think he does it in a smart way.
Mm-hmm. But time to go check out how Luffy's doing in the labor camp, because, you know...
God, we haven't seen Luffy this whole set.
We haven't seen Zoro this whole set. That's the crazy thing.
That's also true. Yeah.
They're in Ibisu Town, and I don't think they mentioned that he's gone. Yeah, I think that's the next chapter.
Yeah.
I did get a kick out of this damn alpaca man from the Smile Fruit. Again, weird design, but also just the fact that he's just constantly spitting on Luffy.
As alpacas are wont to do.
Yeah. It's just happening, and
of course. We learn from the other side of things, like, oh yeah, Kid escaped, and so you know this alpaca man's, you know, anybody who helped him or knows anything, come forward. Apparently, you know, he got away, but he still had his cuffs on, and of course is accusing Luffy, like, you helped him, didn't you? You saw him, saw you talking with him a lot. Mm-hmm. So
I should bring up something because comments mentioned it quite a bit about something we were talking about. He doesn't appear in this set, but we talked about how the heck is Caribou there? We forgot how his story ends, and that he's captured by Drake. So Drake brought him to be a prisoner here. I completely forgot that Drake showed up at the end. Yeah. It seems so random, but it really just serves as a way to get Caribou into Wano for some reason. I don't know what purpose he serves,
right, yeah.
But there he is.
I feel like I remember everything else about that cover story. I remember the sort of kind of weird Che Guevara kind of, you know, comrades, you know, the sort of stylings that he put into it. But yeah, I did not remember that Drake was there at the very end.
Nope.
The old man, the old lady, this all the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything except Drake, I remembered. Oh well, poor Drake. He just hasn't got the chance to show up as much as everybody else.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll change, but either way, as Luffy's getting spit on, this is, you know, one act of defiance and your arms get cut off. 2 acts of defiance, your legs get cut off. And as he's doing all that, it's like, no, don't do it. He's going to die. So stop tormenting poor old Hyo. He's just an old man. It's like, and this Scorpion man is just like, we don't look kindly on cheating, Gramps. Rule says you only eat as much as you earn working. It's like, that's right. If you can't work, you just give up and starve. It's like, and you know, Hyo's reaching out for his millet dumpling. So they're like, okay, old man, if you can barely work, how do you have so many meal tickets? And he's picking up the millet dumplings off the ground. He's like, no, they're so good. And he's like, who said you could eat that? He's like he's kicking his back, trying to make him spit it out. But
poor old man,
he is struggling to keep him in his mouth. And as soon as you see, you know, mention the, you know, Hero the flower or whatever it was, and then you see, old man Hyo is like, huh.
Also, I think the Scorpion guy might be the first cool smile user.
Yeah, he very much is.
Just like design wise.
Yeah, I like that his hair became the scorpion tail.
Yeah, the scorpion tail. Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, the guy has the weird legs and whatnot. But yeah, it is the first time that they actually have looked kind of cool.
Yeah.
Which might explain why he's one of the upper guards.
He's actually a threat. He's not goofy, not spitting on Luffy or anything, or getting punched in the balls.
Yeah. So they obviously know he can't work. So it's like, all right, who's your co-conspirator? Like, who's B? And he just goes, nah, I'd rather die than tell you, young punk. That man has true chivalrous spirit, full of honor, protecting the weak and standing firm against the foolish and mighty. If I don't respond honorably and kind, the worse I look. So go on and kill me. Meeting him took me back to the old days. It's been a long time since Hyogoro the flower felt so fulfilled in belly and spirit. This is the land of samurai. There were many of them once, and then you came along and killed them all. So here's our old Yakuza boss.
Yeah, this old man standing on business.
Yeah,
is incredible, and I love one that like we're seeing sort of like somebody reciprocate. Excuse me. Like Luffy's kindness to this extent, where they're just kind of like, this is a man who saved me, and we're seeing Luffy save more people, and that they were just kind of like, all right, like in classic fashion, it's like ride or die.
Yep.
So kind of come like the ray of light in their worst moments, and of course, while all this is happening, Luffy is just like zooming.
Yeah, he's coming. He's like, no, don't hit the guard, or they'll put you to death at once, Luffy Taro. And he's like, old man, and he jumps up at the Scorpion man, and the Hio goes, oh, I can't cry any more tears, and Luffy's just going to town.
He's ready. He's ready.
He's ready to beat.
No, man.
But there's a little bit of
Luffy in the prison is just I love Luffy being in the prison. His actions are just great.
Yeah. Honestly, I wasn't sure how I feel about Luffy in the prison, but it's worked out really well. It's made it a lot of fun. But there is a bigger threat here because Queen has arrived. Oh no.
Yes.
So
all right, there it is.
That's a problem.
Well, we'll see if he gets as demoted as Jack. Probably not.
We'll see. All
right, this is technically this would be Kaido's third highest.
Yes. Third highest or second highest?
This would be Queen, King, then Kaido.
Oh, you mean I thought you were saying I thought you were saying that as Kaido's underlings, he's the third highest. So,
okay.
Yeah. No, it's
So second highest underling, third highest in the group.
Yes. That makes much more sense. So we do have another SBS before we move on. This one talking about the hidden words in the SBS of the previous volume. And the remaining, basically how they were talking about how there's a reference to first villain, Kobe.
Captain
Morgan
or Alvida?
No, Morgan.
Okay,
Morgan. Accent Morgan. And they're saying, wait, is the remaining three Django, Hyozu, and Kaido? I also found Gadatsu on the banner. I also found Pagaya, Karubi, and Gaimon in the 931st and 934th chapters, respectively. And Oda's like, ask the staff. Among the identities that can be confirmed are Django, Hyozo, Morgan. Oh, God, they wrote him out as actual. So, yeah, we got Django, Hyozu, Morgan, Marineford, Gadatsu, Iceberg, Wiper, Hamburg. That's funny. Hamburg already got a reference.
All right.
Pagaya, Karubi, and Gaimon. So, a bunch of fun names in the background, just in Japanese.
Odd set.
Yeah, just randomly like, we'll have them. Why not? Let's see. The next question is mixed baths. Great Oda Sensei. Mixed baths. The flower capital's mixed baths, public baths of mixed bathing. I'm curious as to how mixed bathing works. Can I go there? Which is a little bit ahead of time for when we actually get confirmed all this. But
Yeah, calm down.
Oda just says,
Hold your horses.
Oda just says, you are being driven by your desires, aren't you? You pig. This is culture. Japan still has hot spring baths. Back during the Edo period, mixed baths were very common everywhere in Japan. Mono was inspired by Japan, so I absolutely had to include them. I really couldn't not include them, I swear. My heart was unwilling, but I had to paint it. Oops, sorry, my nose is bleeding. You had some toilet paper?
Oh, you old perv.
Yeah, that's...
Also, just because this was bothering me, the character we could not remember, Kanjuro.
Kanjuro. I was wrong that it started with an S.
Yeah.
Kanjuro.
I'd completely forgotten.
He only appears sparingly and usually for jokes. So.
Yeah. I feel like we haven't seen that much of him, despite being in Wano.
Yeah. All right, time for our last chapter of the set, 935 Queen, where this is a cute idea. Firefighting mice spraying Smoker with water because they thought his cigar was a fire.
Adorable, but Smoker does not look pleased.
No, he does not look happy at all. But into the chapter itself, time to see the officer's tower, where we see Miss Solitaire discovering that a key's been stolen. Someone stole the key to the sea prism stone cuffs. And that's when we see Solitaire, who has the monkey smile fruit, which somehow gave her extra arms. I guess spider monkey is probably the joke.
Yeah, I could see that. Also, yeah, I feel like these smile users are getting less goofy. Like she actually looks really cool.
Yeah,
that's a great design.
Yeah,
I love the helmet.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. But it's like, why does a monkey give a bunch of arms? And that's the only explanation I could come up with. But they
beats me.
They are. It's like, okay, officers actually look serious, and then you see the underlings that are working under her, where the guy just has random claw hands and wide feet because. Well, he's a crab man, so he's like, just because a guy can only walk sideways.
She's so offended off. Well, because they're all so goofy, and she's like, that's it, you're off key duty. And of course, the implication, of course, it was a man with a freakishly huge face. Like, oh yeah, it's Rizzo.
Yeah, it's Rizzo, so, it must still be in the tower. Search everywhere, even in the rafters, and that's when Rizzo's just jumping around, really showing off his skills.
Yeah.
I lived up to the ninja reputation. I've acquired the key. I know it took longer than expected, but just a bit more patience, Luffy. The time of escape is at hand. All that remains is to slip away quietly. So Luffy just decked the scorpion guy that's the leader.
Yeah. And I love that grin on his face, just without a doubt, just like, all right, and of course I love the introduction too, where it's like the first rule of the labor camp: anybody who talks back to a guard is sentenced to double arm amputation for the first offense, double leg amputation for the second. The third offense leads to execution. But if a prisoner should strike a guard, this offense is punishable by instant death. While he's just
and then down goes Daifugo of the scorpion smile fruit. So he's also the vice warden.
Time for execution.
Yeah, it's like, we all saw it this time. No excuses. So time to be put to death. And all the guards are just like, yep, put to death. And it's like, God, the prisoner's just like, man, it feels great to see him fight back, but that's the end of the line. We'll never forget you, Luffy Taro. This is it for old man Hyo too. But Hyo's just looking all cheerful. It's like, it was a valiant fight, Straw Hat fellow. Why are you? And Luffy's just like, why are you acting like it's over? We're getting out of here.
Like, okay, all right, yeah, Luffy's ready to go.
And we have the next explanation that we have all the devil fruit users outfitted with just enough sea prism stones so they can still work. He should only be able to be capable of a bare minimum of movement. And that's when the scorpion guy, Daifugo, goes, wait, so you think I'm even inferior to that?
It's like, the disrespect.
No, that's not what I meant. It's like, he's breathing hard. The Sea Prism Stone is working. His willpower is simply off the charts. We can't have people ignoring the laws of physics. And that's why it's time to meet the warden, who seems to have an elephant head. And I love this little line. I'm training now, so when these things come off, I'll be even stronger, which Oda found his weighted training clothing from Dragon Ball.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And that, I feel like that sort of plays the hand at what the actual purpose of the Luffy prison arc is, which you would have to know anyway, right? Like, after the pummeling that he got from Kaido, right? It's like, clearly we kind of have to find a way to fix that. So, like, this is Luffy getting his reps in. which makes sense why he's just, like, running straight forward into danger, just being like, all right, like, just, toppling guys left and right.
I was like, oh, a sea prism stone that doesn't make me immediately useless? Oh, I can use this.
Right.
Which is such an inspired idea.
It is. It is.
And, again, only possible in Wano. Because, again, why would the rest of the world need that?
Yeah.
So, and that's when we see the warden's head. Turns out it's not the elephant because he still looks threatening, but he just has an elephant head coming out of his chest.
Yeah. Well, an elephant head, that's a gun.
That is also true, which is pretty sweet, honestly.
Yeah.
This is Babanuki, the chief warden. And he's definitely firing at Luffy, and it's hitting him. It's hitting him hard. So he's in a bit of trouble. And that's when he finds out that the warden hears that Master Queen is here now. It's like, what? Why didn't you tell me? And Luffy's just like, damn it! If only I could use hockey. And Queen unfortunately has not heard the news that Komurasaki is dead.
Yeah. Oh, also he's a gooner.
Yeah, he is. He's like, you're so adorable. I'm plagued with excitement. You're wasted on Orochi. Queen. Showtime. We're going to swing by the pleasure hall on the way back. Raja, sir. So when do we tell him that she's dead? Do you look like I want to die?
Love the side chatter. Well, not only that, but the broader explanation for what is going on in the scene, that it's like it's like, all right, time to go, and then it's just like, oh, Queen's coming out in like a full like dance sequence. It's kind of the best.
Oda just liked the songs from Whole Cake and wanted them continues because he's singing, if I get any thinner, I'll steal all your hearts. So I choose the way I am because I stay funky. I look around, but it's all muscle, baby. So I sing the way I dance. That's funky. Plagalicious. Like, Master Queen, I love Queen. It's like, keep you waiting, scumbags. And yep, here's Queen the Plague with a bounty of 1.32 billion berries, which means Luffy is still ahead.
Pretty threatening. Yeah, actually, I didn't cross my mind, but you're right.
Makes me wonder where King is.
I have to. Yeah, I actually don't remember off the top of my head. Also, I need to show you that scene from the anime.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's perfect. It's perfect. They nailed it.
I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to say that Kaido's bounty is 3 billion.
Ooh.
I'm going to say,
why 3? Or just because it's an even double?
It's an even double over Luffy. Plus, it makes it ahead of Blackbeard's.
Oh, you're right. Because Blackbeard he's
2.5,
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It would make sense that Blackbeard as the newest emperor would have the lowest bounty.
Yes. So I feel like Kaido is probably 3 billion, maybe 4 billion, but probably not above that.
Yeah. I can say that is revealed at some point, and it's not close-ish.
Yeah, it's not important, but it's just for fun prediction's sake.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. It's one of those things that's like, okay, yeah. Well, that is information that is out there.
There's also this wonderful scene. It's like Queen finishes a show and goes, "All right, Babanuki, give me your ranking. Top three things you're worried about. Drum roll. Number 3, Eustace Kid escaped. What? Number 2, someone stole the key to the Sea Prism Stone Cuffs. What? Number 1, and Straw Hat Luffy's escaping as we speak. What? After him, you numbskulls."
So, Queen is hilarious.
Yes.
I think Queen might be my favorite of the top 3 of Kaido's crew. He's the goofball of the bunch.
Absolutely. King definitely comes across as the serious one. Jack has been revealed to be the weak one that has to bow down to the more powerful guys.
Yes.
And Queen gets to be
the
goofball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So It's great. It's great.
His design kind of reminds me of Rufus from Street Fighter 4.
It's like that and Dr. Eggman.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. But we take a break from that whole escape sequence to Ebisu Town because they've meeting up with what's his name that Zoro met last time?
Tono Yasu.
Yasu, that's it, Yasu. He's like, you're young Master Zoro's friends, I hear. So go right ahead and use any of the empty homes you see. With every way everyone's starving to death left and right, you've got your pick of the litter. It's like, why is that funny? Because he's laughing the entire time.
Yeah, of course.
What else can you do but
just
laugh?
like you said before, it's like, what can you do? Yeah, what can you do but laugh,
It's like, too bad you're just a tad too late to see your friend. He just leapt up and raced his way out of here. Said something about a sword being stolen. What a racket. No idea who was chasing or how far. It's like, oh, well, that explains why Zoro left, because, yeah.
Yeah. We got to assume he's not going to make it back here.
No. I mean...
Well, Zoro's gone.
How do you separate Zoro from the rest of the group? Steal a sword. That's what happened to Dressrosa.
Yeah. Yep. Happened again.
Yep. Really needs to keep a hold of those things.
Yeah, definitely.
So...
well, and they're also like, where'd Sanji go?
Wait, you don't think he's...
No.
Oh, no. And then we cut to the bathhouse in the Flower Capital. It's just like, well... Time this for Shinobu and Robin and Nami to bathe their cares away. It's like, and Nami's like, doesn't the water seem a bit too hot? But that makes it feel good. And Robin makes a good point. I'm hesitant to get into the bath in public. If anything should happen, you're just as cautious as a ninja. We sorcery users feel weak when submerged in water, so I understand your concern. But there won't be any enemies here. And I love this lead up. It's like, well, we might not have any enemies, but I feel like I need to start charging money. I didn't expect mixed bathing.
Nami's got her eyes on the prize.
Because, man. It's a mixed bathhouse and all the guys are leering. Which...
Yeah. Well, I love, for one, that, like... I guess just because of the angle, right? That like they're all looking past Shinobu, and you like Shinobu's not even making eye contact with anybody, but you see that look on her face, and she's just like, "Oh God."
Yeah. There's a lot of things I like about this. One, Sanji doesn't need to peep in the baths because it's mixed bathing. So
yeah.
So there's no reason for him to act the way he does. Two, well. Other than the fact that there's no way Nami would let him come in while with mixed bathing going on. Two, the fact that Shinobu thinks they're all looking at her.
Yes.
It's like, is that...
Well, they're like, can you get out of the way?
Yeah, it's like, they can't help it. They're strapping young men. It's like, lady, get out of the way. Nimpo Ball Crusher. It's just like... Oh, no.
The Shinobu is such a great addition.
Yeah.
To this cast. I feel like she balances out the others well.
Oh boy, but we get a little history on the Yakuza because they're supposed to be on the side of the people. Kids these days just don't know. Now, where's the bath boy? I need my back washed. Back in the day.
Also, that's a little bit too real.
Yeah, I know. It's like, back in her day, there was a great Yakuza boss named Hyogoro the Flower, which, we know who that is. And that's that was who Kondro was talking about. If only boss Hyogoro was still around, we could have rustled up all the samurai at once. At this rate, we'll never reach our goal of 5,000 samurai in a week. We'll be lucky to get 500. It's like, wait, is he really that great of a man? Also, I just noticed that Frankie's boss is behind him in the top panel.
Oh, yeah. Well, he seems upset more, or I guess because he's always mad. But
he's probably yelling at his men for being distracted by women.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. And he's like, wait, is this Hyogoro really that great of a man? Well, 20 years ago, he was the face of Wano's underworld, completely controlled the seedy underbelly of the Flower Capital. He had clout with the Yakuza bosses of the 5 other regions and was kind to the people. A true knight of the old chivalrous ways, blessed with strength and charisma. When Lord Odin was young, he admired boss Hyogoro's character. So why don't we look for him? That would be a huge help. Well, that was 20 years ago, and the tales in the wind say that he resisted joining the Korazumi clan's employ, and Orochi killed him. So
well, now we know the truth.
Yeah.
He's still kicking.
He just kind of shrunk, although his classic design is pretty sweet, honestly.
It's awesome. Yeah, no, he was definitely a boss. So.
Yep. Yep, that was the moment that Fukurokuju, leader of the oh my god, these names, Oniwabanshu, who had been a fellow supporter of the Kozuki clan, chose to switch allegiance and serve Orochi instead. At the time,
so Fukurokuju's a traitor.
Yeah, and Shinobu was one of the subordinates as well. Couldn't stand it, left the band, and had to flee for her life. So that's how she knew that ninja that they found in the ceiling, and it's like, oh, I'm impressed, Shinobu. That's really cool. And it turns out that the Bath Boys are octopuses.
I was wondering, that's not the same one from the ship when we just got into water.
We still don't have an explanation for that damn thing.
Yeah, I know, but it's cool. Hey, the octopi they get jobs.
Yeah, they get jobs. They get to wash the backs.
I don't know how I feel about the implication of tentacles and naked women.
That is also a good point. That is a good point. But this seems more chaste to the men. But
it's not going to go there. It's
I do like how Frankie's boss was yelling at the guy, and then you can see them in that panel where they're getting their backs, their backs washed, and he's just knocked over from seeing Robin and Nami and barely covered up in their towels.
Oh man,
a lot of good visual jokes in the background.
Yeah, it's fan service, but there's substance around.
Oda has learned that he can get away with fan service if he's giving lore.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. 100%. Lore and all will be forgiven.
Yes. It's for those guys. It's like struggle to try to pay attention.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. There's important stuff happening. Eyes up here.
Yep. But for now, Hyogoro is just an old legend. But while Luffy and Hyogoro were trying to escape, no such luck. They've been caught by Queen and just saying, all right, I'm telling you, all you have to do is join Kaido's pirate crew and all will be forgiven. It's like, nah, shut up. No way.
Yeah. Not happening.
Yeah.
And poor Raizo is just kind of like, I have the key, but he's right in front of Queen.
What do I do about this? And of course, Queen was talking to Hyogoro. It's like, years ago, Kaido and Orochi spent quite a lot of time trying to woo you to our side, and now the legendary mob boss is a little old man shriveled with malnutrition, fated to die a miserable, forgotten death. Mwahaha! And really showing what he's all about. It's like, do what you will to me, but spare this young man, I beg of you. Please, for me. And man, the people of Wano really know how to get Luffy on their side quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I feel like that sort of extra characterization we got from Shinobu, and we kind of seen it in action already, where it's like, oh no, like Hyo is a man who he functions on respect, right? Like he understands what the actions of others, like what he's a good judge of character, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Same way Luffy kind of is. So, and it definitely gets other prisoners impressed. Like, wait, he's the Hyogoro? That little bean of a man? Is that him? And, yeah. We don't know what happens next because Queen just made up his mind. I know just the thing to make this exciting. No idea what that is because instead we focus in on Raizo and another man that's in a cage that we did see in the last set. Well, talked about in the last set, but didn't hear anything about. Turns out this is a cage. This cage contains Kawamatsu, one of the other legendary samurai that they're looking for. So, well, this just got interesting. No idea what he looks like. So I'm very curious what that's going to be all about.
Under wraps. Yeah, I don't exactly remember when that reveal is coming, but probably soon.
Probably in the next set, I would imagine. Yes. I'm going to assume that the next set is going to focus in on whatever exciting thing Queen has in mind.
Yeah, I feel like this is probably going to be like more of the focus on the prison set,
which
next week
would make sense. I could see that being the case, and it does feel sort of like the Act 1 where it's less like, okay, we're setting ourselves up. Here's some information, and here's sort of like our lead up to our big action moment or scene as we gather up other information or learn about what's going on. But here's our focal point for this act as we do more with it. Assumably, that's if the acts are shorter than what you would think. But if it's a 3-act structure, I have no idea.
Yeah, I have been really surprised by how different Act 2 is, just in terms of like its pacing. Because to me, it kind of feels like, again, I'm gonna make the Dressrosa comparison a lot, but it feels sort of like, kind of, I don't know, maybe around like the 1/3 way into that, where like we're kind of past our first major action set piece, except this time it doesn't really revolve around Luffy as much. Like, we're getting so many little bits of perspectives and little bits of information at any one given time that it is starting to feel like Oda has kind of mastered like what he's going to introduce and when and who's going to tell it to you and for what reason and why, and we're just going to get all of these little things, so it all just kind of comes together in a really interesting way,
and every single Straw Hat is being utilized, which,
yes, I think that is also important.
It's they're not together in any technical sense, but they are working towards a similar goal, which helps makes them feel together, even though they're so far apart. It's a wonderful setup. It's like, it's, again, to have such a large main cast and still find ways to make use of them, to the point that in the last 2 arcs he had to split them up in order to make good use of them.
That, I feel like, really just goes to show how big Wano is, right? And then that Oda needed to make so many different, like, overlapping and intertwining stories that he could justify having, you know, kind of like 3 to 4 to 5-ish, like, different chunks of Straw Hat, all kind of advancing the plot in different ways. And the fact that, like, you know, kind of on paper, like, oh god, Luffy being stuck in a prison, right? Like, that sounds boring. But he's able to make it, like, so exciting. It really is able to, like, focus in on Luffy's characterization and some much needed training. You know, I feel like he's able to find these really smart solutions to kind of, you know, not problems necessarily, but like storytelling challenges.
And the pacing seems pretty solid. Again, we're at a quicker pace than most just because of the 5-chapter set, but it like, I'm always invested with what's going on, what's happening, and it makes sense that things are going to just take their time. It feels like there's still so many more characters for us to meet.
Yeah. We are still in the build-up phase, right? Like, we are still building the blocks and telling the stories that will serve as the foundation for the next significant chunk of story. But yeah, no, it's been a great time.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, Wano's dense.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Before we completely end things off, though, we do have an SBS, which, first up is in chapter 905 of volume 90, when Betty and Koala were talking, Koala had a girl with black hair on the left side. The girl also had a mechanical arm. What is her name? Please tell me. So there are 5 commanders in the Revolutionary Army of the East, West, North, South, and Grand Line armies. It's also shortened to G armies for Grand Line. Ivankov is the commander of the G Army, and Inazuma is his assistant, the deputy commander. This girl is Ahiru, the deputy commander of the East Army, and the assistant of Bello Betty. So that's pretty cool. Getting the revolutionaries fleshed out a bit. Next question is, hey, about the clouds in Wano country? Isn't the shape of those farts different from the way Oda usually draws farts? What?
I agree.
And it's like, you again. Why do you keep thinking that's what's drawn in the sky is my farts? It's clouds. They're clouds floating in the sky. As you can imagine, Wano country has a different atmosphere because it is Wano country. I felt it'd be appropriate to make it look like that old ukiyo-e screens. In other words, I'm just doing different farts from usual. The little fart sounds.
All right.
And our last question for the SBS is, when Kaido turned into a dragon, did he like float in the air? And Oda says, I've heard dragons fly by grabbing onto clouds and carrying themselves through the air. So because of that, Kaido generates clouds and flies across skies with them. So, okay, that's how Kaido flies. Yeah. Sure.
kind of surprised he said that. That we'll talk about that later.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is our set. I'm still
good chapters.
Yeah, it's just nothing
good
crazy or anything like that. It's just just fun chapters, but they're also again dense. There's a lot to talk about.
It
a
really
lot of
is
moving
feeling
parts.
like hour 50 is kind of becoming the new average for
Yep.
Wano.
And you predicted this.
I
remember when you were like, we were like in the early episodes. It's like only an hour. I don't know if we'll be able to keep that as we get into the later One Piece.
The average episode length has basically doubled.
Yeah.
We are covering technically the same amount of chapters.
Oh my God. Crazy. But yeah, just a blast. So not really much more to say than that. I'm just excited to see what comes next, and how many of my predictions I get right? Just it's fun to still just guess.
Please keep predicting stuff. It keeps me on my toes. It's great.
Yeah.
It's absolutely great. And I'm sure the listeners are just like, what does he know? Or what doesn't he know?
I know.
And I guess that's the great part too. I think we mentioned going in like what you knew about Wano going in, which is like kind of some of the major stuff, but also isn't really relevant to like 90% of what we're doing right now.
All of this has been completely new to me. Again, I had no idea of Big Mom's role, or that she even had a role in Wano. So that is a delight. And
and again, that is maybe my favorite aspect. Things could go very well or very poorly, and it's like, all right, what's it gonna be? How's this gonna turn out?
Oh my God, I love it. I love it so much. So I know we've talked about this in the past, but I'm very curious at this point, especially how many people are actually reading with us chapter by chapter, like not going ahead of us, but actually sticking with our pace, and how many people are just like, nah, I read it. I just want to read it all, or I read ahead and I'm just
yeah. It's
like,
it's,
are you staying with my perspective, or have you gone to Brandon's perspective at this point?
Right? Are you caught up? Are you seeing things that I am seeing?
Oh gosh, so good. So yeah, I think that'll be that. So yeah, with that, I believe we've said all wanted to say about chapters 931 to 935 of One Piece. Thank you so much for listening, and you can find more of my ramblings and stream VODs over at BitNerd Games on YouTube, or simply BitNerd on BlueSky. And Brandon, where can everyone find you at?
I am Brandon Bovia on Twitter and BlueSky, talking about anime, manga, games, and my job, and I'm on vacation, so I'm going to be doing a whole lot of all of those things except for my job part. So
sounds good.
I got takes, I got video games to play, I got anime to watch, manga to read. It's the whole smorgasbord. I'm ready. I'm ready to become just like a little gremlin that doesn't leave my room, just consumes media.
Sounds wonderful. So yeah. If you'd like to help us out more, you can support the podcast over at patreon.com/Derrick Bittner. That's DerrickBitner to listen to the next episode ad-free 3 days early, as well as Patreon-exclusive bonus episodes. And make sure to return next time as we discuss chapters 936 to 940 of One Piece. So until then, my friends, bye.
Remember to take life one piece at a time.
To be my wife.
If you want some docile wife with no spine, then please go ahead and cut me down. I am the daughter of a samurai.
That's enough!
I refuse to live in disgrace.